So in the last session, we have started mini project and writing the operations. You can see the continuation here. Okay, we wrote some exception handling yesterday. Okay, look at the different types of operations we wrote in the REST controller. Okay, one is actually post with request body annotation. Next get. Next delete. Okay, today I am just going to write put and patch operations. Listen carefully. Put and patch operations. Okay, put and patch are recommended standards. Okay, these are actually recommended standards here. When put is recommended here, okay, put is recommended to do, okay, update object, okay, which is actually existed one. If you want to update object, most of the fields, okay, generally it's a full update. We can also call it here. Okay, it's also called full update. Majority of the fields are updated here. Okay, next one is actually patch update. Okay, if you want to do partial data update, okay, just we can also call it here single field update. Okay, just updating one field, just updating only email ID, updating only password. Okay, such kind of data is actually called a patch update. Okay, second thing you must understand here, for put there is a predefined method we use that is called save. Okay, save method is used even for update. Okay, that method behaves like either save or update. Okay, method name repo.save. Do you remember save method is used for insert operation, but there is no specific method for put. The method name is save method only here. Okay, but before calling this method, check condition, check ID exist or not. Okay, before calling save method, just we have to check this condition here. Okay, and this is predefined method. Save method is actually predefined. Okay, second thing, are you working with a patch concept here? Okay, patch, there is no specific method, no predefined method given in repository. So we need to define custom update query. Okay, custom update query by using annotation @query. @query, there we have tried some update plus. Only if you write query that behaves like a select operation. Okay, we have tried one additional annotation that is actually modifying. Okay, we have to add one additional annotation modifying along with @query. Okay, not only this one, for predefined methods, you see there is a transaction management implicitly provided. Okay, if you just go to service IMPL, see save method is there. Save method, it's a predefined method. You can just see it's a predefined method. There is @transactional exist. Okay, even you just go to delete method. Okay, delete, go to implementation. Okay, @transactional already exist. Okay, for predefined methods it is exist, but here we have to apply. Understand which is for what here. Okay, @query is used to define our query. Okay, our SQL query, Hibernate query language query. Second, only @query behaves like, okay, behaves like select operation. I have to say no, it's not a select operation, it's a non-select. Okay, to indicate, okay, query is non-select. Okay, to indicate query is non-select, you must apply this annotation modifying. Okay, to indicate query is non-select, we have to apply modifying. In what case? Path scenario. Put scenario, nothing, just call the method. In the path scenario, use query query plus modifying. If you write only query, it says okay, it's a select operation. Okay, next one, at service layer, at service layer, okay, use at the rate transactional annotation. Use at the rate transactional annotation here. Listen, I am just want to work on at the rate transactional. What at the rate transactional will do, okay, internally it is actually going to call commit or rollback. You need not write the code here, it's a predefined. Commit means okay, update the changes in the database. Rollback means cancel the changes. Okay, transaction management is actually implicit. Okay, you need not to implement anything manually here. Okay, it's actually transaction management, it's an implicit one. Just wait for a second. Okay, predefined methods are already having transactional, but this is custom method. This is not predefined method. It's our custom method. Okay, already check Aziz. Save method is predefined. Update method is predefined. But this is, we are writing our own method which is not present. So that's why we are writing this transactional. Predefined, you need not to write it. Okay, let me show first of all put operation, then I'll come to patch operation. Okay, I'll come to patch operation. Okay, I'm just going here, look at. First, I'm going to ICE employee service. In the repository and entity, you need not write anything here. I'm just writing a method update one employee or update employee. Okay, employee data, we are just going to take EMP. Okay, step one, add a method in iEmployee service. Okay, I'm just showing put operation.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Okay, step number one. Okay, update. Okay, add a method in iEmployee service. Okay, in the employee service IMPL, first we need to read the ID. Okay, in employee service IMPL, we need to read the ID and check it. Okay, control space here. Try to read employee.getID. Okay, that's actually long ID. First read that one. Okay, if ID is null, if ID is not equal to null and ID exists in the database, repo.exist by ID. ID is present in the database and not equal to null, then update. Else, throw some exception. Listen carefully. Exist by ID will check whether given ID is present in the database or not. Okay, then we are just calling repo.save and pass the employee object. Okay, ID exists in DB, then else what we are doing here, throw this exception. Okay, employee ID not exist. Okay, or employee not exist here.
Parkla open பண்ணி பார்க்கல சார். சரி. நான் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்றேன். நாளைக்கு அட்ஜஸ்ட். ஓகே, ஓகே.
Okay, I wrote a method in employee service IMPL.
ஓகே. 30னா A minus வரும்.
Okay, implement the method.
60.
Implement method. Look at here. You should understand one more. There is another predefined method, exist by ID. Okay, exist by ID is a predefined method. You can just see here. Okay, control plus mouse click, open implementation. Exist by ID returns boolean. Okay, given ID is present or not, it is just checking here. Okay, so by executing some query here, internal pure JPA code will be there. Okay, returns boolean. Okay, true if exist, false if it is not exist. If it is a false, we try to throw the exception. Okay, step number 3, we have to go to REST controller.
Inshallah. ஓகே. வேற ஒன்றும் இல்லை சார். நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணுறீங்க? ம். ஓகே, ஓகே.
Yeah, today I'll share the complete code link even. Just going to REST controller. Just wait for a second, it is stuck.
நான் எதுவுமே பார்க்கல சார். அந்த பொண்ணு லாஸ்ட் டே நைட்டு Thursday அனுப்பியாச்சு.
What happened?
சரி. இன்ஷால்லா நாளைக்கு எப்போ 9:30 10 o'clock வரும்.
Just wait for a second.
ஓகே, ஓகே. ஓகே, இவர் கரெக்ஷன் முடிச்சிட்டாரு. நம்ம வந்து பிரிண்டிங்னு சொல்கிறாரு. இன்ஷால்லா, இன்ஷால்லா. ஓகே சார். ஓகே, ஓகே. அஸ்ஸலாமு அலைக்கும். வலைக்கும் சலாம்.
Yeah, it is working now. Okay, there I'm writing the method for put operation here. Okay, here also we use request body annotation. This annotation converts JSON data to object format. Again, I'm just giving as a note here. Remember, @request body converts HTTP request JSON data into one object format. If you want to compare with WebMVC, it is equals to model and view annotation. Okay, it's equals to model and view annotation here. Okay. Now there, I'm writing a method here. Public response entity. Okay, there I'm just mentioning it's a string. Okay, update employee, writing a method. It is also possible to throw exception. So there I'm writing it's a put mapping. It's a put mapping. Just I'm writing it's a modify. Okay. There I'm just using one annotation here. At the rate request body. It's a employee. Yeah, fine. It's a employee like this. Now I'm writing same try catch block here and throw the exception. Okay, it will go to global exception handler. Okay, no need to write again catch block code here. Okay, I'm just writing the code here. Service dot update employee here. If it is updated, I'm just returning the response entity like this. Okay, just response will be just I'm writing it's a new. So I'm just writing response entity of string. Okay, just I'm writing employee updated. HTTP status, we're indicating okay. Okay, in case of failure, not to worry, it will throw the exception. It will go to global exception handler. Yesterday, I shown this custom exception handler, employee not found exception I created. It will go to handler here. Okay, message comes from service. Okay, message comes from service like this. Employee not exist, that is given to REST controller here. Okay, next one. We are just going to write the continuation. Now I'm running this application here. Okay, just I'm running this application. First, we have to insert a record, then we have to update a record. Okay, go to Postman screen. Go to Postman screen. Here. So this is already insert record. Okay, this is our old one. Yeah, I'm just inserting this one. Click on send button. Employee one created. Now I'm trying to update this one. Body raw JSON. Okay, and you have to pass the JSON data. This time ID even. This time writing update. Okay, sorry, it's a modify. Just click on send button. Employee null not exist is showing. Okay, for that we have to change the message actually. And here I'm just taking the employee and we have to pass EMP ID. I'm just passing EMP ID additionally. Okay, I'm just writing 101. Okay, try to click on send button. 101 not exist. Of course, it's a one number only. Okay, click on send button. Of course, updated here. You can just see. Okay, you can just modify the details and pass it employee updated. Okay, you can see. So this actually custom query is actually executed. It's trying to do update operation here. Okay. Now, in the same way, okay, I am just going to write for patch operation also. This is save method. Save method code exists here. It's a post mapping request body. This one create employee, and this is update the employee. Okay, I just give this postman screen even. Actually, we go for Swagger. It's not a good approach, but okay, temporarily. This is one, two. This is the fifth one, I think. Update operation. Okay, I'm just sharing the screen here. Like this. Okay, I'll share the project after this coding event for sure. Now, next one. Okay, so once we're done here, it's a put mapping here, it's a modify. Okay, I just want to write it's a patch operation. Rest controller code also I'm sharing here. Look at. Okay. I just want to do patch operation. Look at very carefully. You might be knowing SQL query, right? SQL query, I'm just writing update, okay, emp tab, okay, and set eid is equals to ename is equals to or email is equals to what will update. Okay, set some emp name is equals to or ename is equals to question mark, where eid is equals to question mark. Like this is SQL query. HQL JPQL query. JPQL HQL query, or simply people will call HQL query. Java persisted query, sorry, JPA query. Okay, that's actually or HQL Hibernate query language. Java persisted query language. Okay, Hibernate query language. What is the difference here is update is same. Table name, right? We have to replace class name. Okay, set is same. Column name, right? We have to replace with variable name. Okay, just I'm writing where eid is replaced with emp id. Okay, so please remember table name you replace with class name. Okay, column name you replace with variable name. Okay, so this actually JPQL. Okay, advantage of this one, it is internally dialect is used. SQL query generated based on the database selection. Okay, it becomes database independent, SQL database dependent. All syntaxes may not work. Okay. Now here, step number one. This time I am writing the code in the repository. Please look at, so far I did not write any method in the repository. Okay, I did not write any method in the repository here. Just wait for a second. Just wait for a second. Okay, so I'm writing in the repository. If we observe, we have used almost all predefined methods only. Okay, I am writing a method. This is, it's an int number of records affected. Just I'm writing update employee name. First thing, use @query. Use @query. I'm writing annotation and just so here. Are you able to listen my voice now? Hello, 1, 2, 3. Are you able to listen my voice now? Okay. Now here I am writing a custom query here. Okay, taking the query and writing. You can write uppercase or lowercase. Remaining class names and variable names must be the same here. Ename, where empid is equals to eid. Named parameters I'm just using. That means values comes at runtime. So just I'm taking here, it's a string ename. Okay, it's a long eid. Okay, this is a colon some name that indicates value comes at runtime. Second important thing, we have tried modifying. Okay, we have tried one annotation, it's a modifying. Okay, so here this annotation we have to apply. Now third, I am writing the same method, this time in employee service. In employee service. Okay, if you want to convert it to uppercase, select this one, Control Shift X and Control Shift Y. Control Shift X, Control Shift Y. Okay. Now here in the employee service, I have posted the method. Going to employee service IMPL, control space and enter. Okay, there I'm just simply calling the method here, repo dot update employee ID and name. Okay, like this I just mentioned here. This is we mentioned here like update query. Okay, step number 3, that's actually I wrote in employee service IMPL here. So in the employee rest controller, I'm just writing the method here. Look at this time, it's a patch mapping. Response entity string. Okay, update employee name. Okay, I'm just mentioning this one. Return null. Okay, so here I'm just mentioning this actually patch mapping. It's a patch mapping. Okay, just I'm writing here, modify name, ID and name. Like this I'm writing. Observe, it's a backend call here. Yeah, we have tried one more annotation here missing, @transactional. Please make sure while writing @transactional annotation, okay, not Java X dot transaction. Second one. This is a 100% problem you are going to face while using @transaction annotation. Second one, ORG Spring Framework. Please make sure that while writing this. Next, I'm writing some try-catch blocks code here. Okay, so here we are just going to call update. Okay, employee name. Okay, we have to read the name and ID. These are the path variables. Okay, path variable, long ID, and string name. We are just going to take here. So we are just going to pass name and ID. Okay, employee updated, else we throw exception, same process. Okay, in the service IMPL, here while updating, what we have to do, same thing we have to check. So while updating, we'll try to update. Okay, we'll try to update only if it exists. Okay, this actually just I'm taking ID. If ID not equal to null, okay, so then we have to mention, of course, we have to pass ename, return this one. Else we are throwing exception here. So if ID not equal to null and ID already exists here, okay, then we'll do update. Else we throw the exception. You can just observe here. Named parameters you need not to pass in order. You can pass first one and second one. However, you declare in the repository, same order you can pass. Even it can be second, it can be first also, name matching required. And remaining same order you pass it. Okay. Okay, private methods cannot be called right outside. So don't make it as a private Abdullah. Okay, if you, yeah, this one you can refactor, that's okay. Same logic is available, you can refactor, that's okay. You can pass the ID and write private method. Okay, Nageshwari, you joined late. For save method, okay, it's already transaction annotation is there, predefined method. Okay, and for delete method, it's a predefined. There also the transaction is there. But this time we are writing a custom method which is not present. Okay, this one, that's why we are writing even modifying and transactional, these two additionally. Okay, now I'm just going to rest controller. Look at update employee name and ID we are passing. If it's updated, you will get employee updated, employee name updated. Like this I'm writing. Okay, let us try to test this application one more time. Okay, I'm running this application. Okay, first try to insert a record. Okay, now try to send this data as a patch mapping /employee /modify /name/1 Sam. Click on send button. You will see employee name updated. Let us pause the record 10. Okay, employee 10 not exist. Like this, we are using patch operation. Operation number 6, partial data update. Okay, so here we have done like this here. Actually, we have to link with Angular also. This is backend implementation only we are doing, H1. After this, I'll teach TypeScript, then I'll teach Angular. We write full application. Okay, now you know, sir, if I want now itself, I gave some Angular recordings, you can just follow them. Okay, so if you want now itself, you can just follow Angular recordings I gave here. You can follow. Wait until I explain that. Okay, demo recordings here and Angular recordings. Okay, so I think you did not get the recordings today. Okay, you will get all the recordings by tomorrow, even today's recording also. Okay, it's not partial and complete field, all fields and one fields. Okay, it's not partial and complete, all fields and one fields, or multiple fields and one field. It's actually one field. Of course, you can just mention multiple also. It's a full object. All values you can update in the employee object here. Okay, Prashant, it's recommended to keep @transaction in the service. Even you can write in the repository also. @transactional you can write in the service, but recommended to write in service you can write in the repository also. In the repository, okay, I'm just writing here like this. In the employee repository, this annotation. Yeah, we can do one field using put mapping. Good question, I'll come to that later. Okay, put mapping, patch mapping, what is the difference when to use here? I'll show that one. Wait for a second. I employee service. Look at. I'm just writing a method. Employee service IMPL. I'm just writing the code here. Sorry, I gave a complete code. Okay. Next one, employee rest controller. Employee rest controller. I'm just writing patch mapping. Okay. Now look at carefully. Okay. @modifying annotation Prashant indicates, okay, only @query behaves like a select operation. Only @query behaves like a select operation. If we want to indicate non-select, then we have to add @modifying. It indicates something like update or delete query. Okay. Now look at some good questions asked by student. Please look at this one. Okay. So the first one, okay, we are implementing backend, right? Are we going to share code to front-end technology? What do you think? What we are going to share to front-end technology? Are we going to give our code, class names and method names? No. We share URLs, HTTP methods, method type. Okay. Input format and output format. Okay. This we are going to say. Okay. I'm sharing some URL. Okay. Localhost. Okay. 8989/ okay, just I'm writing here OPR test model. Just I'm writing like this. Now tell me, if I execute this query, sorry, if I hit this URL, will it perform insert operation, update operation, delete operation, or what operation it will do? What do you think? I wrote some URL. What do you think? Okay, now I'm writing like this. Now can you tell me, what do you think now? I just added something like, okay, yeah, this is partial update. Okay, HTTP methods are universal standards. Okay, one student asked now question, sir, why can't we use post method for update? Why can't we use get method for delete? Really good question. Okay, listen carefully. These are only recommended standards between consumer and producer. Listen very carefully. These are not must. We have to write like that. Okay, they said you both follow like this. Okay, so I'm just writing a universal English letter. Okay, we are just calling, I'm just calling this as a EA. No, sir, today onwards we call B. Okay, we'll call B, not an issue here. Okay, this is actually universal standard. Everyone is following. Hey, okay, whether you are in whatever the country, it doesn't matter, you follow this. It's a universal standard. Okay, why can't we call this as a B? Yes, let us call B from here onwards. We have 300 people here, we'll call B here, not an issue. Okay, someone joined tomorrow and what we'll ask him, okay, what is this? It's a A. No, we say it's a B. Okay, then he will think complete mental hospital is here only. Okay, this is universal standard. Everyone is following, we are also following, and you are also following. Okay, in the same way, there is a standard given. Okay, HTTP methods, something like get, post, put, okay, delete, ... are only standards. Nothing more. Okay, these are standards shared between, okay, producer and consumer to indicate operation type. Okay, they may ask in interviews, yes, why can't we use post method for put? Okay, yes, you can use get method for delete. 100% you can use, but they are not standard here. Yeah, Santosh will come to those annotations later. I'll come in order one by one. Don't worry about that. Okay, hope you got this point here. Okay, why we have to use like this? Okay, so here something like if you are traveling with a bike on a road, suddenly red color it is showing. Okay, then what we are going to think? Yes, we have to stop the bike. It's a standard. No, sir, let us change it to red only moving. Yes, okay. Then everyone has to follow, not only you and me. It's a universal standard. Okay, hope you got the point. Clear? Okay, I used to explain the same thing. Yeah, we see that method types and all, Siddharth. Okay, generally all those we discuss in the regular Spring Boot class, but one student asked, I'm just giving these details here. Okay, clear everyone here? Actually, I think this is also webinar link. Can you unmute your device yourself, everyone? Try. Are you able to share the screen? I'm just stopping the screen. Are you able to see? Share screen, unmute your device. Self unmute, share screen. I think you can you raise the hand? Ishwar Rao, can you speak now? Just say hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Ishwar Rao, are you able to speak now?
Yeah, audible?
Yes. Thank you. I'm just unmuting now. Ram Gopal, are you able to speak?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. I think by default you should get it. I think this is, I'll talk to admin. Okay. Ishwar Rao, can you share the screen? I just unmute your device. Can you share the screen?
Hello.
Are you able to see green